The goal of a successful trader is to make the best trades. Money is secondary. Thank you, Alexander Elder, for that great quote. And Mr. Elder is exactly right. Our job as traders is to make, is to make good trades. Money is secondary. If you keep that focus, you will keep in check your emotions, and that is what destroys people more than anything else. Fear and greed. It's not about the money. It is about doing things the right way, doing them for the right reasons. If you can keep that in mind and reward yourself for doing those things, not when you make a mistake and you happen to make money and you think you're a genius. It is not that. It is following the rules. Why? Because the rules work. That's why they're the rules. Now, do they work all the time? No, that's what makes this exciting. The rules are not perfect, but they are the rules for good reason, because we have developed them over time, and they help us time and time again in making the right decisions. Let's jump into these markets. Everything up for the day. We see stocks up all right. Bonds up, gold up. Let's see what there is to learn. We see that we're going into a second week of up movement. Price is continuing to push higher, both on the candlestick itself and the wick, higher than the prior week. Looks like we're getting close to a crossover going up. Of course, it's a weekly candle, so we don't call it until the end of the day on Friday. Derivative oscillators losing downward momentum. Price percent oscillator is heading up. We will see if there is going to be, now the week's not over yet, still have Thursday and Friday. We'll see if there are any major pullbacks that keep that from happening. First day of this latest 2-day candle is up. We can see that the price percent oscillator is heading up, derivative oscillators gaining upward momentum, but we look at this latest candle, it's not pushed higher than the prior candle, up 0.23% for the day. That's the first day of the latest 2-day candle. We go to the 4-hour chart. That's where we can see things sliding over. Now, at the end of the day, it did go higher, hit above the prior day, but the prior morning and the prior day, except for the wick, which topped out at, let's see, the top was 293.57. And how high did we get at the end of the day? 293.65. So it did top higher. That is very hard to see. But again, did move just higher, so that's a good sign potentially for continued movement, although things are lagging and slowing down there. So we'll keep our eye on things. Price percent oscillators heading up. Derivative oscillators gaining upward momentum. We'll see how the week continues to play out. As far as the S&P 500 goes, still, again, we had that 2-day crossover going up, and that is in effect which keeps us out of a down trade even if things turned over. So that, of course, is an issue. We'll continue to just watch and see how things sort out. The charts are going to lead us, not what we think might happen. The Qs, the NASDAQ 100, tech stocks up for the day, 0.38%. And we're going to have to scoot over just a little bit. We're going to have to move over just so we can see how high as we look. Yes, price has moved significantly above the prior week's weekly candle as far as both the body itself and the wick on top. Things moving up. Still further away from a crossover going up on the Qs than the S&P 500. Prices, of course, well above the weekly and the 2-day. And we need to move the 2-day around because we're inaccurately drawing a trend line that's going down when it's actually going up. And we see on the weekly chart, the price percent oscillator is still below but heading up. Derivative oscillator losing downward momentum. Go from the weekly to the 2-day. What do we see there? Well, we see the first day of this latest 2-day candles peaking out about where the prior 2-day candle did. Derivative oscillators heading up. Price percent oscillators heading up. We go to that 4-hour chart. What do we see there? Again, things do seem to be topping even more so on the Qs. That's just the 4-hour chart. Maybe it's just gathering momentum, getting ready to bust up farther, or maybe rotate over going down. We'll just continue to keep our powder dry, see what there is to see. Go from stocks to bonds, 20-year bonds. What are they doing? Well, trying to push higher in the week, just going above where it had been back 2 weeks ago where it peaked out. Derivative oscillator gaining upward momentum, price percent oscillator heading up. How's that 2-day chart looking? 2-day chart continuing to move up, and the derivative oscillator, however, is continuing to lose upward momentum. We see the candle forming and not moving quite as high as it had the prior 2 days. This is just the first day of the latest 2-day candle. Price movement is above the 2-day and the weekly trend lines. And of course, we go to that 4-hour chart. What do we see there? We see the price percent oscillator just trying to bounce off the red signal line. We see down movement in the morning and then up movement in the afternoon. Trying to do so was a down morning. Recovered in the afternoon, up 0.61%. It was our biggest gainer for the day. But again, we'll continue to watch, wait, and see just what is going on there. Things are trying to move up in bonds, and we'll watch, see what we see as that develops. Again, the 2-day and the weekly still look okay as far as up movement goes. So we'll watch, keep our eye on bonds. Lastly, we go to gold. Gold up for the day. I'm sorry, I think I said bonds were up the day 0.61%. That's gold. Bonds were up the day 0.14%. Gold is up 0.61%. It's our big gainer for the day. We see the weekly chart continuing to move up decently. Price well above the weekly trend line. Price percent oscillator heading up. Derivative oscillator heading up. Nice green candle. Big green open box candle. Go to the 2-day chart. What do we see there? We see on that 2-day chart, again, like stair steps moving up. First day of this latest 2-day candle moving up. Nice connection of about four of our candles. The derivative oscillator is losing some momentum, but that price percent oscillator is heading up at a steady pace. That's nice on gold. And then what do we see on this 4-hour chart? I've looked at it previously, and you can see in the morning down some, afternoon up, trying to cross over, just hasn't had the energy yet. What is bothersome is that the derivative oscillator crossed over going up all the way back on the morning of Tuesday the 18th. But again, just not enough power to carry it over yet. We'll see if gold is going to have that. Folks, that's where we are as we end the day on Wednesday, go into Thursday the 20th. Hope that you enjoyed the Q&A training we sent out this morning, answering some of the questions you guys have sent us. cw@chartingwealth.com is where you can send your questions. Good ones, of course, we will cover in the next Q&A session, probably sometime next week. If you're not receiving that, then you need to go ahead and sign up for our daily market review. You do that at chartingwealth.com for free. Put in your name, email address. We'll put you on the list. We do not spam that list. We do not share that list. That is our list of your names. We're sending you the information. We promise to do so. Everything here is supported by you purchasing the book, Charting Your Way to Wealth, and being Patreon supporters and members. You help pay for the bandwidth, texting service, all the other things that we do here. We so appreciate it. You'll see a link in the show notes to purchase the book and also to become a Patreon supporter. God bless, my friends. We love hearing from you. cw@chartingwealth.com. If you live overseas and want to buy the book, I was sending out invoices this morning. Email us. For some reason, Square does not allow you overseas to purchase the book online, but email us, cw@chartingwealth.com. We'll send you an invoice, pay that. We'll get your book autographed and out to you. We received earlier in the week the latest printing, 11th edition, Charting Your Way to Wealth, available. Your autographed copy is standing by. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team here at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.